Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come tonight with another video. I'm going to get a little bit more personal with my life. I've had a couple of questions that has been asked of me, and people are sending me messages in my inbox. And so I decided that I would actually let you guys get a closer look into my life. And so tonight I'm going to talk about what I look for in a relationship. And I was always told growing up that you never tell a man what you look for in a relationship, because he would try to be those things and you can possibly be deceived. But I'm just putting it out here because I want people to understand why I'm single. You know, a lot of times people feel that it has to be something wrong with you if you're single, that, you know, it couldn't be possibly that it's just a choice you make and it has to be something wrong with you. And that's not the case. I could be in a relationship right now if I want to. I have a really good friend, someone that has cared about me for quite a long time. And if I really wanted to just say, hey, just to have a companion, I could do that. But I choose not to. You know, when you go through life and you make a lot of mistakes as far as relationships are concerned, being married twice and learning a lot of things in those relationships, you know, taught me to not move so quickly. And knowing where I'm at in my life now on my spiritual journey, that I have found that it is really important to be with someone who can complement who you are, someone who you can grow with, someone who you can learn from. Now, I'm going to just be honest. I meet a lot of nice men. I have gone out with a few, you know, guys who treat me with respect, who I enjoy their company, and, you know, we have a lot of good times together. But knowing what I want in life as far as someone that will lead our family, you know, I believe in what I read and learned from the Bible. And I really feel that a man should be the head of your home. I want a man that's strong, that I can depend on, someone that I know regardless of where we are in our relationship that he has us, you know, and I will be that support that he needs as far as being that helpmate. You know, I will be there with him. But I want someone that I feel that is going to protect me. He's going to provide for me. And those things are important. You know, we're teaching our young ladies today that there has to be an equal playing field, that they got to, you know, bring home the bacon and boss up, and, you know, or either a man is telling a woman that you got to bring this to the table. But, you know, people who really truly believe in how God designed the family, which I feel is the problem in a lot of cases, because we've gotten away from how God designed the family. And God designed the family for men to lead their households. And a woman is a nurturer. She is a person who comforts. She's a person that supports. And we have truly gotten away from that. You know, everybody is looking to see what each other makes as far as money is concerned. You know, want to make sure everybody got their money. And I tell men all the time, you know, I'm fine on my own in a financial sense. I can take care of myself. I can afford myself some things that I enjoy doing. So therefore, it's not about finding a man who has a bunch of money to be able to buy me things or to take me places, because I can truly do those things for myself. But I do want a man that I feel that knows that that's his role, that he is supposed to provide and protect. You know, if anything ever happened in our family, in my marriage, you know, with a man, I would know that, you know, I'm there for him, and that I would take up whatever I would need to do to make sure our family has the necessary things that we need to do whatever we needed to do, live, pay our bills, whatever the case may be. But I am not going to relinquish my feelings on the role of a husband. We study the Bible quite a bit in my congregation about marriage. And it's always a man who feels that a woman's supposed to be submissive and, to him. But a lot is not looked at the role of the husband, because in order to get a submissive wife, however you define that, you have to be honoring your role as the head of the house, just like God designed you to do. And a lot of times that's not the case. They just want a woman that they feel that they can say she's going to honor him and do the things that he would like for them to do. And I think for the most part, most women wouldn't have a problem with that. But you have more women that are leading their families. They're the breadwinners. They're doing everything to provide for their family because the men want. Just like you have so many fathers who are not taking care of their children. That's why God designed it in a way that those children would not be neglected. He wanted a man to find him a wife, and then they have a family, because you will have the mother and father there together to raise the children. But nowadays, and it's been that way for quite a while, that women are more and more having children out of wedlock. You also have these women who feel that they don't need a man in the home to have their families. They feel that it's okay to have children without having that man in the family, because they feel like they earn enough money that they can do it. And it's not really about you being able to provide financially for that child. It's about having a male figure to teach them. A man's supposed to be able to teach a young boy how to be a man. He can also show a young lady what to look for in a husband. So it is needed. It is needed in our families. That is what's wrong, especially in the black family. We have so many single parent homes. I was married, but I eventually became single. And that was a hard job, because my oldest is a boy, is a man. And that was a hard job, trying to make sure he understood his role in society as a man. And I feel sometimes that I failed him, because he took on a lot of my personality as a woman. And I think a lot of times he's been taken advantage of by women because of that. And a lot of people may say that's not true, but that's what I feel because of the type of person he is. I feel that if he had his father in his life more, he could have taught him more things about being a man and the role of a man. And I feel bad about that. So if I was ever to get married again, I want a man who feels that he's supposed to have that position in his family, and that's my feelings. I'm not gonna put down anybody who feels that they want to go about it in a different way. Hey, times have changed. We're in the 21st century, and men, you can't tell men from women these days. And I'm not talking about in the sense of sexuality. I'm just saying in the roles, because women are doing things that it used to be a time that men would do. Women used to respect a man who felt that he should open doors or pull the chair out for a woman or send her flowers. You can't even get a real date nowadays. It's like, it used to be a time when men was so excited about going out on a date. They would come to your house, and they would come to the door, and they would ask your parents or ask your father or mother if they could take you out, and they would bring girl flowers, and they were respectful. Nowadays you have women picking up men, or they, meet them there, and it's just a different time now. But that doesn't mean because times have changed that I want my particular situation to change. I like being with a man who loves to respect his woman and loves to show her that she's beautiful, that she's a queen, that she's a lady. I love that. And I'm not going to relinquish that. I'm not going to let that go. And therefore, you know, when I decide that, you know, maybe it's time for me to take that chance again, I want that person to have those qualities. I want them to have that qualities. Not only that, I want him to be strong and not afraid to work hard. You know, men today, a lot of them don't want to work hard. You know, at my age, a lot of the men are going to already be stable. So therefore, that may not be an issue as it would probably be for my daughters. But it's important for a man to have good work ethics, you know, and that he feels that he wants to build a home for his family and to make sure that they're comfortable and that they are loved. You know, those things are important, and we overlook that today. Not only that, I want a man that will pray with me. I want him to be able to study the Bible with me and to honor the word of our Lord, that he would want to do that. I want a man that will feel that there's no room for divorce and that we'll work out whatever we're dealing with. You know, a lot of times you go into relationships and you say, if it doesn't work out, you know, we can just get a divorce, you know, and you're already sealing your fate because you're going in with the idea that the relationship isn't going to work. So therefore there's an out. There's a divorce. And I don't want that. I want a man who feels that his marriage bed is sacred and that he does not step outside of that, regardless of what happens in the relationship where you get upset or have arguments or you get mad for a minute, that his out isn't to go find another woman. You know, it's hard in this day and time to find or be with someone who will honor those qualities. And truly living through all of that, being through the relationships where men didn't honor that, where they felt that, you know, it was okay to go outside the marital relationship and commit adultery and, you know, be disrespectful. You know, I've learned my lesson on that. And so therefore, there are certain things that would let me know if a man is that way. I look at the way a man treats his mother. I look at the way a man treats his sisters or just women in general. You know, you watch the way he talks to them. The way a man talks to you is very important. Even when he's angry, because when he's angry, he's still supposed to love you. So if a man is cursing me out and calling me out of my name, slamming things, or seemingly threatening me in a physical aspect, that is not someone that can be in my life, you know. So I can meet men all day long, but if he's not showing those qualities of a God-fearing man, then it's probably not someone that I'm not gonna even, you know, think about. You know, he will stay in that position of a friend. And there's a lot of people who try to actually pretend to be, you know, because just because you report to church every Sunday and, you know, or midday we go to Bible study, it doesn't mean you have to live those things outside of your worship service. If a person's never picking up his Bible, if they're never praying with you or studying with you, and the only time you see that is when they're at church or at the building worshiping on Sunday, that says a lot about your home. Because I want a man that, you know, will want to study with me. You know, we don't always have to go to a movie or go to dinner. We can come over and maybe, you know, prepare a meal at home, at one of our homes, and open our Bible. I want a man that loves God, that wants God in his relationship. You can't have God over here just when you go to church on Sunday, but it's not in your relationship, because that is one. You know, God is the head, and then, you know, the marriage, all of the guys, my battery decided to die on me. But I just wanted to finish up this video and by saying that those things are very important. You know, how the man lives his life. I watch that. You know, if this person is always wanting to be out in the streets, you know, the party scene, and, you know, those are the things that he looks for as far as fun, that he can't think about home, A man that wants to have a relationship with a person should want to have his home prepared to bring a family to it. I look at the way a man takes care of the things that he owns. You know, if your stuff is falling down around you, you know, it says a lot about you, because when you really love someone, and I'm being as serious that I can be, you're going to make sure that you bring your best to that person. If I love a man, I'm going to do all that I can to be the wife that he needs me to be. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something about me. I don't like cooking, but I'm a pretty decent cook. And if there was a man that I loved, I wouldn't mind cooking for him every day. You know, not that stereotypically people think that cooking is just for the woman, but that's a gift that a lot of women have that they use to show love. And therefore, if I had a man that I loved that way, I wouldn't have a problem with doing that. I would take pleasure in making sure that he eats things that, let me get this right, what I'm trying to say. I would make sure that he eats, and that he eats healthy. I would want to make sure that he was, you know, eating properly and having the things that he needs to make sure he's healthy and alive. I would love to do special things and to pamper him, and I would love to be beside him, studying with him, learning with him, you know, growing with him. You know, those things are very important. And around all of that, having a great time, enjoying life, traveling, you know, seeing some things that we've never seen together, exploring things that we've never explored. Those things are very, very important. And so I feel at this point of my life that I need to save myself for that. You know, I believe that if God sees fit, he will bring or that person across my path, and he will show me that that's the person for me. In the meantime, I'm going to continue to just live my life and to enjoy all the beautiful things that are around me, because I truly enjoy life. You know, having a companion is very important. I think God designed us all to have a companion, to have someone with us to go through this life that can be so hard. But I think he equipped us with enough knowledge, wisdom, to be able to live in this life alone. I believe we truly can do that if we have to. And I think that he gives us people in our life that helps us to do that. So I'm not worried about it. You know, so when people say to me, you're never going to get married again, girl, you're getting old, you're not getting any younger. I'm not getting any younger. You know, when I look at my age and I say to myself, I got 30 plus, maybe 35 years of good living maybe left. To say that sometimes it sounds very scary. But if I have one good year with someone who truly honors me and loves me, that will be a lifetime. So I don't worry about, you know, growing old and not having a companion. I just continue to live my life. And I think about the Bible with Sarah. You remember? You know, age has nothing to do with anything. God will bless you no matter where you are, no matter what season you're in, however you're old, however old you are, he will bless you if that's truly what is meant to be in your life. So that's just a little insight to me and being single, because I always do videos about living single, but I just want to get a little bit more intimate about my personal life and where I am. You know, I do meet guys. I have found men very attractive at times, but during that process of getting to know them, you know when that person is someone that is going to be compatible with you, you know, by the things that they like to do and the things that they show you and their thought process about life and family and love. You know, you learn. So you know. So that's just where I'm at right now. So thank you guys for viewing this video. I hope that it spread a little light about me and my life. And if you have any questions, put them below. and I have no problem addressing them. So you all have a fabulous evening, and I'll get back with you in another video.